taken to this para movement in a big way, and there is Doordarshan which is supporting this. Apart from that, he was absolutely and he said it's a beautiful idea. And all this work, I'm very proud of my daughter. Who's done so that has given his father's name to be dedicated. I'm sure Tiger's been a part of Radiant, so we will have one of the awards named after Tiger Pataudi. And why we approached him was because he was disabled, and and what he did was absolutely remarkable. But today I'm thankful to the advisor, to Paul, and all of you who've made this happen. And today is the launch of the first press briefing of this Radiant Differently Abled Awards. And there's a lot of work which has gone behind it. And the award ceremony is going to happen on the 23rd, and 22nd is a big conclave where bankers, people from different parts of the society are coming in. There are people like Rajdeep, there are people like Monica Hallen. They're all involved in the movement who's going to be there, who are going to be there at the award function to give support to these athletes. And more important is the people, current athletes are going to be there to give them motivation. They are part of the jury, they're part of the advisory group, and there's a foolproof system how this award function is going to work. We can come to that later, but I would like now Paul to say a few words because we all will have little interaction.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Um, I think what we call the Paralympic movement a movement for a reason. It's not an event. It's not one thing. It's not about one person. It's not about one city. It's not about one anything. It's about providing opportunity, providing a stage for para athletes. 15% of the global population, an estimated 15%, is living with a disability. This is a large portion of society, and they deserve a stage just like anyone else. They deserve the access to sport, to just general life, just like anyone else. But I think what we're showing through sport is not just equity, we show excellence. And this is what we really want to show people. We want to give as many people as possible the opportunity to see how these athletes can achieve something that the rest of the population can't without a disability. They get up every day, they train. They get up every day, they work hard. They have skill. They have determination. They bleed, sweat, and tears that go into what they do. And this is something that should be seen by as many people as possible, because this will change you. It will change the way you look at your overall society. You will look around and you will notice that there's a lack of ramps everywhere. You will notice there's a lack of accessibility everywhere you go. You might not notice that because you don't experience that on a daily basis, but 15% of the global population does. And there's people out there who, on a daily basis, overachieve just to be able to live their life, just like Many of you do. And then there's this 0.001% of the population who are just incredible athletes. And this deserves to be recognized. And this is a wonderful platform to be able to do that. And we should just certainly do everything we can to get that message out so that people can join that movement.
Slightly louder because
We can't
they'd
hear.
also like to.
You can address them.
Sure. I can use my outdoor voice. Okay. So I think what we're doing here, more importantly than anything else, is just providing a platform. The athletes will do the work for you. They will show you what needs to be seen and what needs to be done. We need to provide the platform, and I think that we can change society, we can change perceptions. More importantly, we can appreciate them for who they are, which is incredible people doing incredible things. And what a great way and what a great platform to be able to recognize that. And so thank you for the work that everyone is doing, particularly those in the media who get that message out. This work is being done without the media. This work is being done without the general population understanding. But if we can get everyone involved, we can do more, we can do better, we can do it faster. And that's what we really want to do.
Can you just elaborate about the platform that you were talking about, and how are you planning to set up certain things in India?
Sure, so India's a growing population, it's a growing economy. The number of medals at events internationally is growing exponentially. And so this brings attention to what can we do to serve that community. International federations like mine are membership organizations. We advocate for governments, we advocate for policy changes, but we listen to what the members are asking us. And when members are asking us that we have a need here in this country, and that need is to get the word out, the need is to increase the support that we receive from governments, to increase the support we receive from corporate entities, is that whatever we can do to shine a light on these athletes, then it can provide that societal change. There are health benefits to sports. We all know that. There are both physical and mental benefits to sports. There is societal change, as I mentioned, the idea of accessibility and broadening accessibility across overall society. These types of things can happen much easier and much quicker the more people understand that there are problems.
So, separately, para-athletes, your body is trying to set up one event here in India in the near future.
Indeed. So our goal is to always provide opportunity. And where opportunity exists, we try to seize the moment. So here in India, we're here having conversations with PCI to understand if they can host para-athletics events at all levels. And we have Grand Prix events, we have regional championships, we have world championships. And these types of events are important as a platform for athletes to compete and for athletes to be able to show what they can do, not only within India, but across the world through broadcast. And so this platform, through events, through sports awards, anywhere you can get that message out is really important.
So is the planning stage, or is the blueprint is ready?
Blueprint. In the planning stage, so we're always looking for host partners. So if somebody calls me and they're just the person who works at the store down the street, and they're interested in working towards providing opportunity for athletes, I will pick up the phone and have that conversation. If there's a government that is interested in furthering para sports because they see the societal benefits, I will pick up that phone and answer. And if there's an opportunity to host an event in a place that can provide maximum benefit, not only for the athletes, not only for the city, not only for the entire athlete population within that country, but worldwide, through broadcast, through those channels and that platform, then this is something I'm happy to pick up the phone, I'm happy to have the conversation. And that's what we're doing this week, we're having the conversations about that.
These awards are confined to the players only, or the coaches will also be included?
Now, these awards are determined with 250 nominations coming from 20 federations, including the BAI, TTFI, Kho-Kho, Kabaddi, various thing, differently abled, even rowing for that matter, and lawn tennis. And these awards, where the nominations have come from the committee, tomorrow is the day of the voting. The website gets uploaded today, and tomorrow
To say the coaches are
coaches.
There are 24 categories.
24 categories of awards, and one of them is for coaches also.
Coaches, academies.
Best team, best academies, best infrastructure, best inspiration film,
Best state supporting
supporting the infrastructure.
there. So in the awards, I'd like Rupinder sir to kind of elaborate more on the awards and the categories that we worked on. But while making this event, we've tried to capture all industries or all stakeholders who could be a big influence to the voice for the differently able community. So in the awards, we've kind of kept categories which are main for players, the administrators, and other supporting things. Like we've kept a film industry, we've kept the state with infrastructure, we've kept the academy, we've kept things like Rookie of the Year, who's had the most inspiring comeback. You know, these kind of things build stories, and
For the differently able.
there will be some time period for that performance.
yes, we've considered World Championship, we've considered World Cup, there's Asian Para Games, and then there's also Olympics. So starting from 2020 till 23, we've majorly covered all major events, and that's how we've gone about it. And the bifurcation of most of this has been through advisories, first federation recommendations, then there's been an advisory discussion, there's also been what the media is having to say about which player, and then there's general voting. So the voting goes live tomorrow, where the shortlisted nominees have gone up, and then there are people who are advocating for it and encouraging the general audience to vote for them. The reason being that we'd like more and more people to start researching on them, start reading on them, and that's where all the stories, all the support that the media has been providing to these athletes will come to use, because this is the way when they start voting, eventually when this grows, is when the athlete's story can be recognized. So it's a very long-term vision which we've had while working on this award show. It's really keeping in mind, like Paul said, that we'd like to touch upon every possible athlete's life. We'd like to give like a platform and an opportunity for them to grow. And while speaking to a lot of federations and a lot of key stakeholders, also understood that the grassroots level has a lot of differently able people who are still not aware of the opportunities available. So it's also to try taking to them that, you know, try. There are opportunities, move on, like, you know, do something, grow, find a way to find an economical balance for yourself. So these are the things that we're trying to look into.
For example, we reached out to Murlikant Petkar, who has given us his advice also. And it's such a good learning for us, because no one, I think, in India was aware that someone in 1972 went and won a swimming medal at the Paralympics. In fact, we struggled at the Para Asian Games to get even one medal in the swimming event. And here was a gentleman on his own. So there's a perspective of how the journey has grown from a time where an individual used to go on his own money and compete at the Olympics, to where we have now a Paralympic Committee of India, Sports Ministry standing behind them, and the Honorable Prime Minister also applauding them, which means a huge amount to these differently able sports persons.
These awards are going to be awards which is not about empathy. It's about, we've termed it as saying that they are the inspiration to us. We are not inspiration to them. It's like what is there in the Gita, which Krishna says, don't give alms to the beggar. Give him a new shirt, new vest, because he gets empowered. हम लोग क्या है उनको बोलते हैं कि चलो तुम ये ले लो बचा हुआ है, वो that has to stop. The moment you do that, we are not only creating a karma for ourselves, we are not doing good to him, because he will get empowered. This is to show that we all standing behind you, And we are very, very glad today that we have all the support of the para world body, and probably can come a time, probably 2 years, 3 years, that they say that okay, why don't you host the international awards?
That's what we have to reach out to the International
Yes.
Paralympic Committee with.
So India is a growing market. India is a market which will develop very fast, and with the support of the Prime Minister, I think we are on the right track. And this is just the beginning and a small contribution to make things develop. And it needs a lot of fine tuning. It needs a lot of interaction with the media now. What do you think? Because they also know so much of insights of these para athletes. So there's a lot of movement. It's just a start, and we need
It's a
all
kind
your.
of learning process. We're just initiating, trying to learn, develop over a period of time.
And over a period of time, get the policies intact. The whole policies they'll get improved and improved and improved.
I think the timing now is important.
Yes.
India's on the global stage after the results received from the Asian Para Games.
Yes.
So you have an athlete in the 70s
Yes.
in swimming at the Paralympic Games.
Yeah.
There could have been momentum there.
Yeah.
There is momentum now.
Yes.
Definitely.
So looking forward to taking advantage of that momentum and driving change and ensuring that there's that opportunity for athletes. There are athletes out there. We know there are people out there who don't know about para sports.
Yeah.
That exists.
Yeah.
And there are gold medal winning athletes potentially out there right now that don't know that parasport exists. And the point is to be able to have a platform and to be able to get the message to them. And that one person can create a change, and that one person can inspire thousands, millions. And you reach as many people as you can, you increase your odds. So it's about momentum. And now is a perfect time to be able to continue and build that momentum.
There's a little difference in these awards. These are athletes, blind, everyone. All that is counted as the first differently abled awards, because that takes all the spectrum of society which is there, so no one feels left out. Yeah. Martin, you